I'm Lucy Hafen, special education teacher at a Montessori charter school in the Sacramento area. And one thing that I use to track academic progress for my reading groups is I use some various data sheets. So this is kind of the main page that I use to track names, sounds, sight words, blends, and then the mastery check reading data, and then the mastery check spelling data, so that all the data is in one place. And then something that I have in each student binder. Let me pull that up really quick. It is, let's see, is the student graphs. So in their binders, they've got a section where they've got the graphs for the different sight words, blends, sounds, letter names. And as we take data points, then we put the data on a column, and then I just draw a line at the top, and then I have them color with a marker up to that top line. This is just a computerized version of that, just so you can see. And I hid some of the rows so that you could just kind of see on the screen what it looks like. And they really enjoy this. Number one, they like to color, and then number two, they like to see where how far they can go. So it helps them to take ownership of each skill, as well as they do need some help with the executive functioning piece, a lot of the students with autism. So something I need to do is to just help them to make sure that they know where to find it in their binder, and just keeping track of these things, making sure that they're writing the date clearly, and not making a mess of the page with a marker. It's interesting. Some of the older students, you wouldn't think about that, but with the younger students, they need a little bit more help with that. And then with this also is something that they can take. I will write on the back some of the words that they don't know very well, and then that's just another opportunity for them to see that on the page so that they can practice that later. All right, something that I am also doing is this year I'm working with STC level higher need students, and so I need to do some different things with them. The behaviorist has worked with me on discrete trial training, so that's what I'm doing with some of their academic skills. Let me flip the page. So this is my discrete trial training data sheet, and I've got a couple of different examples on here. For a color sorting activity, I just have it by color, whether the student was able to successfully sort an item by color. Either the plus side means they were able to do it independently, or the P is, they needed some kind of hand over hand or physical support to help them. G, just pointing at something, or V, I gave up for verbal direction to help them to complete the task. Another way I did that was putting dates down here instead of a particular color, and then for each date, this would be a separate data, a separate day for picture matching, performing that same task, so I can cluster the data for that skill. And then there would be a percentage that I could get fairly easily, just because it's 10. If I can just get 10 each, then there's my data. So that's what I've been doing with them. Some accommodations that my students with autism need for this kind of data is they're going to need there's a lot of language facilitation that happens during this. I need to support that. Repetition. So this is really good for kind of reinforcing those skills kind of in an error-proof way, because if they make a mistake, then you just redirect it right away, and it just kind of gets them to kind of lay down that memory. And then also for discrete trial training, you need a reward, either a edible incentive, sometimes it's chips, mini Oreos, fish crackers, oranges, whatever it is that is the preferred item, as well as like a preferred activity, like coloring, for instance, is something one of my students loves. So just a little bit of coloring, more trials, and then you just go back and forth between the preferred item or edible or whatever it is, and then the trial training. And so you just use it to kind of build that momentum to make that progress so that you can build automaticity with skills and kind of move forward with their academics. So it's pretty exciting. I'm liking it. So I hope this helps. Thanks so much.